What if everything you've been told about leadership is completely backwards? What if the quiet kid in your office meeting is actually the most qualified person to run the entire company? I'm about to show you scientific evidence that introverts don't just make good leaders. They might be naturally superior leaders, and some of the world's most successful leaders have been hiding the secret so well that even their colleagues had no idea. From childhood, we're taught leaders are loud, charismatic, always talking. But what if this model is not just wrong, but harmful? What if we've been promoting the wrong people while real leadership talent sits quietly in the background? I am going to prove introverts possess 4 secret leadership superpowers that extroverts simply can't match. By the end, you'll understand why the quiet revolution is already happening in boardrooms worldwide. The modern leadership model comes from ancient Greece. Great leaders are great orators, but politicians and business leaders need completely different skills. Harvard's 20-year study revealed something shocking. There's a negative correlation between charisma and long-term company success. The more charismatic the CEO, the worse the company performed over 10 years. Why? Charismatic leaders make faster decisions, take bigger risks, and convince everyone to follow ideas that haven't been properly thought through. Meanwhile, the introvert is thinking, has anyone calculated what happens if this fails? But they never get heard because the charismatic leader has already moved to implementation. Superpower 1. Introverts are superior listeners. Neuroscience shows introvert brains have higher baseline arousal in the prefrontal cortex. They're wired to process information more deeply before responding. Reed Hastings built Netflix by being the quietest person in meetings. While others debated, he absorbed every perspective, then asked one question that reframed the entire discussion. Introverts don't just hear what people say, they hear what people don't say. They catch hesitation, contradictions, assumptions everyone else missed. In leadership, the most important information is what people are reluctant to share. Extrovert leaders create environments where people compete to speak. Introvert leaders create environments where people feel safe to think. Superpower 2. Deep work mastery. While extroverts get energized by interaction, introverts get energized by focus. This is critical for modern, complex problems. Bill Gates disappears twice yearly for Think Weeks. No meetings, just pure focused thinking about Microsoft's future. Warren Buffett spends 80% of his time reading and thinking, 20% in meetings. Most CEOs do the opposite. While other CEOs react to daily crises, Buffett thinks about what happens in 10 years. Introverts don't just tolerate solitude, they require it for their best thinking. The best thinking leads to the best decisions. The best decisions lead to the best results. Superpower 3. Authenticity over performance. Charismatic leadership is actually a performance. Introverts can't fake extroversion long-term, so they lead as themselves. This creates leadership congruence when style matches personality. Studies show congruent leaders are more trusted and effective. Look at respected leaders Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, Jeff Bezos, all introverts, all famously awkward, all successful because teams know exactly who they're working with. Compare to charismatic frauds, Elizabeth Holmes, Adam Newman, their charisma masked incompetence. Your team can sense performance versus authenticity. Performance creates compliance. Authenticity creates commitment. Superpower 4. Strategic patience. Introverts naturally think in longer time horizons. Extroverts are wired for immediate social rewards, quick wins, positive reactions. Introverts get satisfaction from long-term achievement. They ask, what happens if we do this for 10 years? Instead of, how do we solve this today? Amazon is perfect proof. While retailers focused on immediate profits, Bezos spent decades building infrastructure. Wall Street called him crazy. Now Amazon dominates. In today's quarterly focused world, everyone optimizes for next quarter. Introvert leaders optimize for the next decade. Guess who wins long term? Here's what's shocking. Leaders you think are extroverts are actually introverts who perform extroversion when necessary. Barack Obama, brilliant speaker, but admits he's an introvert who finds crowds draining. His best work happened in small strategy sessions. Oprah calls herself fundamentally introverted, who learned to be on for TV. Her strength wasn't talking to millions. It was deeply connecting with individual guests. These leaders developed situational extroversion, acting extroverted when needed while honoring their introvert core. This makes them more versatile than natural extroverts. Why this matters now? Leadership is changing in favor of introvert strengths. Industrial leaders commanded simple, repetitive tasks. Modern leaders coordinate specialists who know more than you do. Software engineers and data scientists don't need motivation speeches. They need clarity, resources, and psychological safety to think. Plus, remote work plays to introvert strengths. Better written communication, comfortable with asynchronous work, don't need constant face-to-face interaction. The future of work is being designed by and for introverts. If you're an introvert, here's your action plan. First, stop trying to be an extrovert. Your authenticity is your advantage. Become known for thoughtful questions, not small talk. Second, design your environment for success. Block thinking time, minimize unnecessary meetings, create preparation systems. Third, develop your extrovert muscle strategically. Practice public speaking in your style, not copying extroverts. Fourth, build complementary teams. Hire extroverts for external roles while you handle strategy. Finally, own your preparation advantage. Be the most informed person in every important conversation. The quiet revolution is happening. Companies led by introverts consistently outperform extrovert-led ones long term. The data is clear, examples everywhere. If you're told you need to be more outgoing to lead, you've been lied to. Your quiet confidence isn't weakness. It's disguised superpower. Your listening isn't passivity, it's strategic intelligence. Subscribe for more content challenging success myths. Comment with your introvert leader experiences. The world doesn't need more loud leaders, it needs more thoughtful ones. You're already perfectly equipped to be what the world needs. Revolution won't be televised, it'll be thoughtfully planned and led by everyone's underestimated. Welcome to your time.